Hi, it's Apollogy and welcome to Elite Dangerous, and today I'm going to respond to some comments that were recently made on my YouTube channel following me calling Sap Core Legion Log Core Legion. Now the person felt it was unfair that I was labeling him a log squadron, which I'm not. I'm just using it as the nickname because that's the nickname they've long held. We're not saying they are a bunch of loggers or that they all log, but they have had issues in the past with people logging. A lot of groups have, but I wouldn't call them logging groups. For example, Blop and IED have more people logging in my videos than I think anyone else, but I don't call either of those two logging squadrons. You know, it would take something very special for me to call a squadron, an entire squadron, a logging squadron. But had I known calling them Log Core Legion would cause this much offence, I'd have been doing it years ago. So I apologise for not using that as the name for you. Also, you claimed that none of you play on Xbox, so who's getting that score for your political stuff on Xbox? If you haven't got a single commander that can fight us on Xbox. I think also that screenshot shuts down his claim that we were doing BGS to try and stop them attacking our BGS, because clearly we weren't. We're 120th for BGS. When they started attacking, I think we were 118th. Our score didn't change. We got that score. I did a recent video of us derping around in conflict zones in Ankara before all this kicked off. We got that score just purely from that, and that was ages ago. Well, it seemed like ages ago, but it was, you know, before this all kicked off anyway. As to, you know, them saying a whole Council of Alioth couldn't find people to fight us on Xbox, which is odd. We also couldn't get the people on PC looking for them to fight them on PC because they couldn't find them in open. Though apparently they did all the work in BGSing our home systems in open. And we were unfortunately unable to find anyone, like, you know, at peak times. You know, but yeah. Between 10 and 11, you know, no one. But yeah, they put that down to time zone issues. So, you know, maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not on PC. But as far as the Xbox side of Sap Core Legion goes, they're kind of notorious for being solo and private group for the most part. I didn't dig up clips of old combat loggers, but I do use Scrubkiller's clips of fighting Sap Core Legion. I'm actually in some of these clips fighting them as well. I thought it'd much nicer to put combat clips up rather than try and drag up clips of people combat logging from donkeys years ago. I've already put them on YouTube Blast. There's no point in re-digging up that material. Also, the guy even openly said that they've had an issue with logging recently with someone logging on Megatron's finger. If you're trying to, you know, tell me that I shouldn't call you Log Core Legion, maybe don't tell me you've had people log recently. The reason I use that nickname is it's just a nickname. You know, there's Lolly Legion, Log Core Legion, there's nicknames for loads of groups. I'm not saying you're a group of combat loggers. I don't think there's not a group in this game I would say is a group of combat loggers, beyond maybe TAT1. They're a small squadron and their leader advocates combat logging, and most of their members have logged that I know of. I know Blop have a real issue with combat logging, but I wouldn't say they're combat loggers or a combat logging squadron. Many of their commanders have taken rebites to me, and it's the same with any big squadron. You're going to get people that combat log. If you don't want people combat log, you have to be a very small group that specifically doesn't let anyone that combat logs ever in. Hence why this was my comment back to it. You know, no Dark Marauders ever logged. We don't allow anyone that's ever logged for any reason ever. So we're very, very fussy on that score. That's one way you keep logs free. I'm not saying Log Core Legion have a major issue with logging. I mean, I've had more members of Blop and IED log on me than ever I've had members of Sap Core Legion. But you know, it's just a jokey name. Don't get that offended and butthurt over a silly jokey name. You know, it's very odd. You know, if you protest too much, it's clearly you're aware you have an issue. And even groups like Lyra's leader, Your Eminence, constantly tells them that they're able to combat log if they want to. But luckily, most of their commanders don't. And I know from blowing up a lot of their commanders, they have very few loggers. Blop have had an issue with combat logging, but I have blown up a lot of Blop commanders. So there isn't any group out there I would say is a logging squadron, apart from maybe TAT1, or that group the other week where I bumped into where they have 2 members and one logged on me, and the other one advocates logging. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching.